It has been more than 2 years since Xiaoice grew up independently. In July 2020, Microsoft announced that it would spin off the Xiaoice business as an independent company and complete all handovers in the same year. At this point, Xiaoice went to the shopping mall and began to work and make money independently. When it comes to AI, the outside world has paid more attention to its commercialization. No matter when, the development and progress of technology, after all, must be able to produce benefits. For Xiaobing, this is also an unavoidable topic. A virtual human with a soul goes to the hot market. The field that Xiaoice explores is the hottest virtual human racetrack. According to the summary of Xiaobing CEO Li Di, there are currently 3 categories of virtual human teams. They have star operation experience and earn income through derivatives, fan support, advertising, etc. The mainstream solution is to use motion capture to drive virtual humans by people in the middle, people who manipulate virtual anchors to broadcast live. The second category is from a film special effects production company, creating high-quality video content, and obtaining revenue through content. The third category is artificial intelligence, which is driven by AI to replace human beings, which is more controllable, has lower comprehensive costs, and has higher stability. Xiaoice falls into this category. Xiaobing CEO Li Di believes that a virtual human should have both a body and a soul like a real person. Therefore, in the unsettled period of industry development, Xiaoice has formulated 6 elements for his supernatural virtual human: personality, attitude, biological characteristics, creativity, knowledge, and skills. Each virtual human should have unique the 6 elements. To put it bluntly, like a human being, from childhood to adulthood, through learning, and the accumulation of various knowledge and skills, we constantly improve and improve ourselves. At the very beginning, Xiaoice's AI approach was to focus on the development of interactive technology. Different from the design concept of functional AI that focuses on solving problems and does not focus on interaction capabilities, Xiaoice hopes that AI beings can empathize with humans. From a technical point of view, Xiaoice initially adopted open domain in the field of natural language processing, that is, the content is not limited, and it is reflected in the product as a chat-type robot. It is completely different from the mainstream of the industry a few years ago, closed domain, functional AI. In order to achieve this goal, Xiaoice developed the Xiaoice framework, which integrates natural language processing, computer speech, computer vision and artificial intelligence content generation and other fields. Condition virtual humans and drive them. At present, the Xiaoice framework has hatched tens of millions of AI beings, including numerous custom-made virtual boyfriends and girlfriends for C-end users, including the referee and coach system Guanchun of the national team of aerial skills, Xiaoyubing, a painter participating in the World Expo, and the Daily Economic News. Virtual anchors En Xiaoai and En Xiaobai, Gak Trumpchi Smart Cockpit Travel Partner AI Xiaoqi, Vanka Group's 2021 Outstanding New Employee Kui Xiaopon, Financial Summary Writer 1 Xiaobing, etc. From the perspective of the underlying technology, according to incomplete statistics, the AI interactive main body created and carried by Xiaoice owns about 60% of the total global AI interaction traffic, which exceeds the total traffic of similar products of Amazon, Google, and Apple. However, the real development opportunity of AI being is also due to the launch of Roblox in 2021, which makes the metaverse track hot. According to incomplete statistics, in the whole year of 2021, there will be about 16 virtual human-related investments in the domestic primary market, with financing amounts ranging from millions of RMB to tens of millions of dollars, and more than 60,000 virtual human-related companies will be added. In November 2021, Xiaoice readjusted its organizational structure and established the AI Being business unit to build various types of virtual humans. More and more customers are actively recruited, and the launch speed is accelerated. Since January 2022, a number of new AI beings have been launched based on the Xiaoice framework, such as Xie Yubing's little cousin and fashion designer Yuan Lei. Li Di said in a recent interview, "In the past, I had to explain the meaning of AI being to customers, but now I don't need to explain." Based on emotion, and innovator of B-side commercialization. At present, the most common commercialization method for virtual people in the market is to be an anchor, star idol and corporate spokesperson for the C-end. For example, virtual idol group A Soul, short video platform idol Lu Yexi, etc. Virtual idols are essentially an IP that can continue to operate and avoid the potential risks of most real idols. According to the research report on the development of China's virtual human industry in 2022 released by 2Media Research, the overall market size and core market size driven by virtual idols in 2021 will be 107.49 billion yuan and 6.22 billion yuan respectively, and it is expected to reach 186.61 billion yuan in 2022. And 12.08 billion yuan. The new market seems to be very beautiful, however, behind these virtual people there is actually a people in the middle who are responsible for manipulating and providing sound sources. This brings certain human risks to the operation of virtual idol IP. A Soul Jala, which collapsed before, is the best example. In addition, due to the fact that the Hongshiren virtual human needs the cooperation of real people and adopts a large number of non-AI technologies, it faces problems such as long production cycle, high cost, and large number of operation teams. In this case, without human intervention, supernatural virtual human with anthropomorphic appearance, voice, content production ability and interaction ability is more and more recognized by the industry. In the direction of commercialization, Xiaoice chose a unique path. It hopes to help the end customers penetrate the user group to reach the C-end scene, and realize the upgrading of solutions and the upgrading of user experience. At present, the main application direction of the AI track to be market is functional AI, and the commercialization of the domestic AI for little dragons starts from to-be fields such as consumption and security. For example, SenseTime covers B-end customers such as Aeon Supermarket, Agricultural Bank of Zhejiang, Industrial Bank, and Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, providing them with AI products with specific functions. However, these functional AIs can only solve specific problems, lack the ability to personalize virtual humans, and can only give answers that have already been set, and cannot raise new topics like humans, guide interlocutors, and control dialogue towards. Li Di, CEO of Xiaobing, believes, virtual human has a broader application space, such as reconstructing the content production mode, and serving as the core of the digital transformation of enterprises. As he said, AI being with 6 elements can explore more B-side application scenarios. Taking Xiaoice as an example, there are currently 2 types of AI beings for the B-end market, one is virtual employees, and the other is virtual experts. Among the virtual employees, Kui Xiaopon should be the most famous example. This virtual person, called the outstanding newcomer of Vanke Group in 2021 by Wu Liang, chairman of Vanke's board of directors, is actually an employee created by Xiaoice through the framework of Xiaoice and dispatched to Vanke. Because it can talk normally like a human and work for a long time, Kui Xiaopon achieved a write-off rate of 91.44% of prepaid receivables/overdue documents. This is something that common functional AI cannot achieve through the set question and answer. The most famous example of virtual experts is Guan Chun, who helped the national team of aerial skills and won 2 golds and 1 silver at the Beijing Winter Olympics. Relying on the artificial intelligence Xiaoice framework, Xiaoice helped the Winter Sports Center of the General Administration of Sport of China to create the first ice and snow sports analysis model, providing professional judgment and guidance for athletes' training, achieving a milestone breakthrough. The Xiaoice team was also officially recognized by the Winter Sports Center. Taking the 6 elements of virtual human as the key point, Xiaoice has formed a differentiation from most functional AI, and found a new direction of commercialization. As a latecomer in the car market, Xiaoice quickly found a differentiated blue ocean with the positioning of a customizable emotional dialogue virtual human, and successfully cooperated with BMW, Ford, SAIC, BAIC, Great Wall, while Xiaopeng, Gaochenghe and other leading car companies have reached commercial cooperation. When talking about the cooperation with Xiaoice, Ding Lei, founder, chairman and CEO of Human Express J Automobile, said, "We have jointly created Hi-Fi Go, the world's first personalized travel smart partner. Looking forward to the future, our cooperation with Xiaoice, the prospects are very broad, and the evolution of artificial intelligence, especially the humanized intelligent technology, can make the Human Express J Auto more likely to have humanized evolution." These cases are proving that Xiaoice's framework has mastered more capabilities step by step from the initial chatbot. Based on this framework, Xiaoice is working with the end customers to make AI being land in more scenarios. To see, AI being the future sea of stars. Although the B-end is the main direction Xiaoice is currently exploring for commercialization, Xiaoice is also exploring more possibilities in the C-end market. On the one hand, it is a virtual companion service. Xiaoice uses the Xiaoice framework to create virtual lovers, virtual relatives and friends for users, and through interaction with users, the virtual lovers continue to evolve, which is more in line with the emotional needs of users. On the other hand, Xiaoice, like most virtual human companies, creates virtual idols for pan-entertainment scenarios, but such virtual idols do not need to be in the middle. At present, most of these services are of an exploratory nature, and there is no sign of commercial operation. Songo Finance believes that Xiaoice's attempt at the seaside mainly showcases its own technology, and at the same time undertakes its social mission as an AI company, so that more people can feel the charm of supernatural virtual humans. Whether it is a virtual companion or a virtual idol, the market sees the uniqueness of the technical route that Xiaoice insists on. Based on the open domain dialogue ability, the virtual human generated by Xiaoice can often interact with users continuously, and the average number of dialogue rounds can reach 36 rounds. Some data show that on WeChat, the number of conversations between real people is only 11, that is to say, Xiaoice can play an emotional companion role that functional AI cannot match. On August 16, the topic of future AI companion may become a reality appeared on Weibo's hot search, and then broke the circle of Station B. The reason is that in Youku's hit show Don't Answer, Jia Zhanke, Xu Ziyuan and Xiaoice CEO Li Di discussed the AI virtual human emotional companionship, and mentioned Xiaoice's AI being as an example of emotional companionship and virtual lover. The popularity of this topic also reflects the current demand for emotional companionship. Another visible business path in the virtual human market is that it can be customized, and both the soul and the skin belong to the user's virtual companionship. In fact, the To-C service will demonstrate the versatility of the Xiaoice framework to a greater extent. As mentioned above, the Xiaoice framework can quickly generate the virtual human required by the user, and only need to make these virtual human have different 6 elements. In addition, Xiaoice's technology stack is relatively comprehensive, and a series of capabilities including natural language processing, computer speech, computer vision, content generation, etc. are often difficult to have at the same time. The good compatibility with different third-party platforms also means that Xiaoice can meet the different needs of different users. From this point of view, Xiaoice's AI being multimodal interaction, emotional communication and other capabilities can actually be applied in more scenarios that require interaction. For example, social and gaming. Xiaoice announced the establishment of the Ice Gamer game studio in May to lay out the game field and promote the development of NPC in the direction of emotional artificial intelligence interaction. AI Being can continuously extend new topics through interaction with players, making the game go beyond the script and adding more playability. There is no doubt that games can make users feel the charm of AI Being more intuitively. It has become a trend for AI to try to commercialize on the seaside. Giants like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and BAT have deployed general-purpose AI services that are directly oriented to end users. In the past, they were intelligent voice assistants and speakers, but now they are virtual people and metaverses. As a pioneer on the road of AI Being, Xiaoice's latest exploration in the CN scene is Xiaoiceland, a social networking platform that integrates all the latest products, technologies and concepts of the Xiaoice framework, integrating human users and artificial intelligence. Li said that the significance of Little Iceland is that it is a huge experiment. The purpose of the experiment is to find the right way so that artificial intelligence can be well integrated into human society. According to Xiaoice's vision, in the future, the number of AI subjects will far exceed the number of humans, and it is common for several or even a dozen AI subjects to serve the same human. Imagine such a scenario: human life will be reshaped by AI. The only question is, will the widely used virtual human bring corresponding risks? For example, AI Being that is too familiar with users is being used for illegal commercial purposes. Li believes that if the research and development direction and business model of AI are not constrained and regulated, it will definitely destroy the trust relationship between humans and AI, and even make AI technology go to the dark side. From a technical point of view, Li pointed out, the entire processing structure of Xiaoice is that all servers are scattered and responsible for chatting with everyone. You can't track it at all. The dialogue on the platform is just an interface. Many companies will provide APIs, make a conversational interface. We never provide it. The API is too easy to be hijacked. From an ethical point of view, Xiaoice has always had an AI ethics committee review mechanism. Before any new products or new functions are launched, they must be reviewed by the committee to ensure that AI does not harm public interests because of commercial interests, so that AI can be a normal, common-sense person. Compared with the risks brought by technology, the way in which supernatural virtual humans integrate into human society is the biggest test. The commercialization blueprint of AI Being serving various life scenarios has just been revealed.